Today's the anniversary of the first video I ever posted on here, so I thought it'd be fun to do a little retrospective and count down my 24 favorite videos that I made in 2024. I also made a Letterboxd list where you can find links to each of the videos I mentioned, so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of videos to find them. Starting off with some honorable mentions. These are ones where I don't think the videos themselves were that funny, but the situations surrounding them were, and those are the time someone had Werner Herzog eats his shoe 4 times in their 4 favorites, the time I went to see a movie where there was an earthquake in the movie, but there was also an actual earthquake while I was watching the movie, the time TikTok told me Megamind 2 might affect my well-being, and the time I realized my favorite movies released in June both had June squib in them. Some other honorable mentions are the time my dog had to wear a donut, so I made him watch a bunch of donut movies, and the time he fought a facehugger from Alien while dressed as a donut. I don't think anyone else thought my movies to watch while packing video was funny, but I really do watch Fight Club every time I have to pack, and it's super effective. And I know it's a sin to use ChatGPT, but I still think it was funny how mean ChatGPT was to me when I asked it to roast my Letterboxd account. Other honorable mentions are the one where someone had 4 Tom Cruise movies in their 4 favorites, when I made my family watch Rejected and the only one who was into it was my dog. This one's only funny to me because of the music though. I liked the movies that will inspire you to get out of bed video because I still find myself thinking I need something to motivate me to get out of bed and be an actual person. Plus it was funny that so many people failed the test and proved they commented without watching the video first. I think the Twin Peaks Day video deserves a mention, but I might be biased because I'm currently rewatching Twin Peaks for like the 8th time. But if I'm ranking my videos, coming in at number 24 is the Pi Day one. I don't know why, I thought this one was funny. It's also funny that I didn't do a video for Thanksgiving, but I did one for Pi Day. I'll put the Jello shots inspired by the Substance video at number 23. For number 22, I'll say the one with Aftersun, Minding the Gap, Dee Dee, and Where the Wild Things Are, because I love when there are thematic connections between people's 4 favorites. And this one was fun for me because the director of Minding the Gap moderated the Q&A when I went to see Dee Dee, and the director of Where the Wild Things Are plays a dead squirrel in Dee Dee. Next, I'm gonna go with the Twin Films video that turned into a Triplet Films video, just because I think the connections between these 3 movies are fascinating. Next up is the one with Nowhere, Female Trouble, The Young Girls of Rochefort, and The Beyond, because I just think this is a 4 favorites with a lot of personality, and I had a lot of fun picking recommendations for this one. Number 19 is the one with Evil Dead 2, When Evil Lurks, Freddy Got Fingered, and E.T. the Killer, because I was waiting for the day when I could recommend Sausage Party to someone with Freddy Got Fingered in their 4 favorites. For number 18, I'll say the Chapel Roan video. Out of all the videos I've done with movie recommendations based on a singer, this one was my favorite. Next, I'm going to go with the Prestige, Mulholland Drive, Parasite, and Call Me By Your Name video, because I love when I can actually pick one movie that has themes or similarities to each movie in a person's 4 favorites. A lot of times when I do that, some of the connections are way too much of a stretch, but I really think Theorem was the perfect way to roll all 4 of this person's favorites into one. Similarly, I also loved the Silence of the Lambs, Clear from 5 to 7, Moonlight, and Persona video, because the fact that 3 of these movies all reference the same short film and this person hadn't seen the film yet just kind of felt like the pieces of a jigsaw falling into place. It's just weirdly satisfying for me when that kind of thing happens. Next, I'm going to say the one where I dressed my dog up as Patrick Bateman for Halloween, because that was something I did before I even started making these videos, so you know it's not something I did just to try and get views, and I made that Halloween costume myself and I'm still very proud of it. Similarly, my Oscar predictions video is something I did before I started making these videos too. When I first found out about the Awards Expert app and was playing around with it, that's exactly what I did, and I was cracking up by myself while selecting Shrek for everything. If you couldn't tell, I'm the type of person who will laugh hysterically at my own jokes even if no one thinks they're funny, and I almost choked laughing over this one the first time I did it. Number 13, I'll say Blade Runner, House, Fantastic Planet, and Riccio, The Story of Ricky video, because I know most people prefer when I explain my choices, but I think it's more enjoyable to watch a video where I'm just quickly listing off a bunch of movies, and I like how this one just got weirder as it went along. Plus it was funny because I had a few people say all my credibility went out the window when I recommended Jackass the movie, as if I didn't recommend way weirder stuff in this exact same video. Next, I'm picking Pongo's 4 favorites, although he might have a new 4 favorites now because we watched a movie together earlier this month that he loved, but my dog has good taste in movies, so I like this one. Coming in at number 11 is the Chungking Express Day video, because I really enjoyed celebrating that can of pineapple's 30th birthday. Next, I'm picking the Twin Films video about 3 of Hearts and Threesome. Normally I don't like talking about movies I didn't like, but the similarities between these movies are wild, and I witnessed some really weird stuff while watching them. Number 9, I'm going with the movie recommendations for impatient people video. I wish I could reply to some of the comments I've received with this exact video. Plus, I started getting fewer impatient comments after I made this one, so I guess it worked. Number 8, I'll say the one where someone commented, "Why anyone would take movie recommendations from A women is beyond me." Number 7 is my favorite presidential movies. If it wasn't obvious, I seem to enjoy my dumber videos more than the serious ones. 6 is the one where I added Freddy Got Finger to the Criterion Closet. 5 is the May the 4th movie recommendations video. This is probably the dumbest one I ever made, but that's why I love it. And people in the comments reacted exactly how I hoped they would, by getting really angry at me for not mentioning Star Wars, when obviously if I'm making a video about May the 4th, I am clearly very much aware of the Star Wars reference. And the best part was when I replied to their comments with, "What's a Star War?" and the person got even angrier. Number 4 is my April Fool's Day video, but my favorite part of this one was when someone commented, "Watch more movies," completely missing the point. Number 3 is the one with 4 blue movies. This one was just a lot of fun. My second favorite is the movies that made you do a 180 video. I originally didn't think this one was going to make it on my list, but I rewatched it and it was funnier than I remembered it being. And after I made this one, I realized I should try to make more videos where I tell a story and then I ask people to share their own story in the comments, because I really enjoyed reading the comments on this one. And my number 1 favorite is the one about my dog loving the end of Evangelion and the follow-up video that I did, but I'm going to group these together as one video. I think this is my most rewatchable video, probably because my voice isn't in it and I hate the sound of my voice, and I don't have to look at my face in this one either. And the Evangelion theme song is a banger, and my dog is adorable. And I like the follow-up video because I feel like that Taylor Swift song is the perfect song for a video of a dog breaking his favorite toys. But please comment and let me know which video is your favorite.